The room was so packed it felt like the walls were closing in, silent, suffocating. Everyone told Adam Brooks, single dad, high school teacher, and now the guy on trial for something he never did, to keep his mouth shut at the disciplinary hearing. The school board stared at him like he was some kind of criminal. But Adam? He stood up, voice steady, no shaking, and by the time he finished, even the superintendent had tears streaming down her face. Half the room did. Look, before I get into it, let me back up a sec. Adam's jaw clenched tight as he looked down at the letter in his hand. A formal complaint accusing him of violating the district's professional boundaries just because he gave a student a ride home during a storm. No big deal, right? Except in this world, doing the right thing isn't always in the rulebook. Adam's a father first, teacher second. The board members whispered, and the principal, Mark Mullen, tapped his pen with this smug, slow rhythm like he was already celebrating. Mullen always hated Adam, saw his popularity with the kids as a threat. Now, with this bogus complaint, he had the perfect excuse to try and bury him. In the back sat Ellie, Adam's 10-year-old daughter, clutching her sketchpad and quietly drawing sunflowers, her go-to when she's scared. Next to her was Madison Cruz, the student at the center of it all. Her car had broken down during a heavy rainstorm, and Adam had found her soaked, crying on the roadside, phone dead. Without a second thought, he gave her a ride home. Just a simple act of kindness, right? But Madison was from the wrong side of town, and Adam had driven her across district lines, enough to start the whispers, the politics, the vultures circling. Superintendent Lane called the hearing to order, and just like that, Adam's whole life was on the table, his job, his stability, and Ellie's world. They brought Madison up first. Poor girl, barely 17, hands folded in her lap, eyes darting like a scared animal. Her mom wasn't there, couldn't get off work, which made Adam's stomach twist. Principal Mullen leaned in, voice dripping with fake concern. Miss Cruz, did Mr. Brooks transport you home on March 5th without permission? Madison nodded slowly. Yes, sir, but that's all. Mullen smirked and turned to the board. We rest our case. Adam's jaw tightened so hard it almost hurt. They were twisting something decent, human, a man helping a stranded kid, into some scandal, like he was a danger to the very students he promised to protect. Superintendent Lane looked tired, like she wanted to believe there was more to the story, but district politics and pressure from media and higher-ups loomed heavy. One board member leaned forward. Mr. Brooks, your union rep advised you to stay silent. Do you wish to respond? Ellie's sunflower drawing had changed, the petals drooping, falling apart. Adam stood up, voice calm but firm. I've been told to stay quiet, he said, eyes scanning the room. But if I don't speak now, what's the point of teaching kids to do the right thing? The room shifted, the air thickening. I didn't give Madison a ride to break rules, he continued, voice growing stronger. I gave her a ride because she was stranded, cold, soaked, crying. Her shoes were soaked. The rain was pounding so hard the sewers were backing up. There were no Ubers, no buses. Her phone was dead. So, I drove her home. He looked at Madison, then the board. If doing the right thing gets punished, then what lesson are we teaching these kids? That kindness only counts when it's convenient. A soft cough broke the silence. Mullen's lips twitched, but he said nothing. Adam pulled a folded letter from his pocket. This is a thank you note from Madison's mom. She wrote it the day after, didn't report me. Just thank me for seeing her daughter as a person, not just a number, for making sure she got home safe when no one else cared. His voice cracked. I'm not asking for my job back. I'm asking you to think. If this was your daughter, wouldn't you want someone to do the same? Dead silence. Then a sniffle. Superintendent Lane wiped a tear, whispering, Thank you, Mr. Brooks. But wait, it wasn't over. From the back of the room, a man in military uniform stood up. Tall, strong, silver-haired. I'm Major Greg Stanton, he said, voice echoing. Madison's uncle. He faced the board, serious as hell. I think you need to hear the truth about what happened that night, because Madison never told you everything. The room went tense. Greg's uniform demanded attention before he even spoke. Madison's face flushed, scared and surprised. Greg nodded to her, then back to the board. I wasn't going to speak today, he said, but when I found out this hearing was happening, I drove all night from Fort Bragg. Because the truth is, what Mr. Brooks did that night didn't just protect Madison from rain and a broken-down car. He saved her from something way darker. Adam slowly turned toward Madison, confused. She hadn't said anything beyond the storm. Greg took a deep breath. Madison was waiting for a ride that never came. A man pulled over, not Mr. Brooks. Told her to get in. She said no. He insisted. When she tried to run, he followed her on foot. She hid behind a dumpster by that gas station on Roslyn Avenue. That's where Mr. Brooks found her. Gasps echoed. Greg held up a USB stick. I saw the security footage myself. She never reported it. She was scared. But the footage proves it. Mr. Brooks didn't just give her a ride. He stopped a potential abduction. Adam staggered back. Face pale. Madison looked down, voice barely a whisper. I was scared. I didn't want to cause more trouble. Greg placed a firm hand on her shoulder. Superintendent Lane stood. Major Stanton. And there are kids like Madison falling through cracks because policies say we can't treat them like family. He looked around. I'd do it again. Every time. A slow clap started at the back. One teacher, then another. Parents, students. Even the janitor poked his head in, joining in. Not a courtroom verdict, but in that moment, it felt like justice. But that was just the start. Next day, Adam's name was everywhere. Single dad teacher accused, hero or rule breaker. The story blew up online. 2 million views before Adam even left his porch. Not everyone was happy. He held a letter shoved through his mail slot. Administrative leave pending review of public conduct. Despite the footage, the hearing, the applause, they still punished him. He sank into his porch swing. Ellie upstairs, asleep, dreaming that her dad was a hero again. His phone rang, unknown number. He almost didn't answer. Mr. Brooks? This is Noel Parks. Reporter for the State Chronicle. Can we talk? No comment, Adam said bluntly. Wait, I'm not here for a quote. I just dropped my daughter off at Madison School. I saw what you did yesterday. I teach Sunday school. Those are the kinds of men we pray for. I just wanted to say thank you. That caught him off guard. Then his inbox flooded. Parents, former students. Strangers sharing stories about the teacher who stayed after class, who helped a kid with anxiety, who treated every student like they mattered. He wasn't just a story. He was their story. Still, the district held firm. Adam paced the living room while Ellie built a Lego city on the floor. Dad, she said out of nowhere, why do people get mad when you do the right thing? He crouched, brushed her hair back. Because sometimes the right thing scares people. But we do it anyway. That's how you change the world. A knock at the door. Adam opened it expecting a reporter. Instead, a woman stood there, jeans, leather jacket, ponytail, holding a manila folder. I'm Valerie Wyatt, she said, eyes sharp. Legal Justice Reform League. Petitions flooding in. Through it all, Adam stayed quiet. His focus? Ellie's safety and his students' futures. Then the email. Emergency hearing Monday, 10 a.m. There's an update on your employment. It read. Ellie tugged his sleeve. You're going back, right? He nodded slowly. But inside, he didn't know what was waiting. Monday came. Adam walked into the board chamber in the same brown blazer he wore to his first teaching interview. Hands trembling, not from fear, but the weight of everything. The room was packed. Reporters, parents, teachers, students, and right up front, Ellie and Madison smiled at him. Madison even gave a small thumbs up, courage growing where fear once lived. Superintendent Lane stood. Mr. Brooks, thank you for coming. He nodded. You asked. I came. She gestured to a chair. He shook his head. I'll stand. That way you know I've got nothing to hide. Even some board members smiled. Lane took a breath, reading. We've reviewed all evidence, community response, and Major Stanton's footage. We're ready to issue a full public apology and a full reinstatement. Murmurs filled the room. Lane didn't stop. Additionally, we'd like to offer you the role of Director of Student and Faculty Ethics Engagement, a leadership role to help rewrite the policies that got you here. Adam blinked. What? Lane smiled. Genuine this time. Help us fix what's broken. Every camera zoomed in. Every heart skipped a beat. Ellie's eyes shone with pride. But Adam turned to the board and said softly, I'm honored. Truly. But I didn't get into teaching to wear a title. A pause. I got into it to be there for kids. The day I stop being present, the day I'm stuck in meetings more than classrooms, is the day I lose what made me a good teacher. Gasps, some disappointed, some surprised. Lane swallowed hard. So that's a no? Adam stepped forward, voice strong. I'll come back to teach full time. Give me my classroom back, and I'll help from inside, where I belong. But I won't leave my students behind. Not now, not ever. Silence. Then the room erupted in applause, standing ovation. Even Mullen, who wanted him gone, stood with head bowed, guilt heavy in his eyes. Lane walked around the desk, extended her hand. Welcome back, Mr. Brooks. Adam shook it, but as he let go, he leaned in, whispering, next time, trust your teachers before you trust the rules. She nodded, eyes misting again. That afternoon, Adam walked out holding Ellie's hand. Reporters shouted, cameras flashed, but he didn't care. And that choice, made in a split second during a thunderstorm, created a ripple that would be felt far beyond a single night, a single ride home. So what do you think? Don't forget to share this story, because sometimes one voice can change the whole conversation.